High Off Life TV, it's your boy Z Rich. Right now we live from Harrisburg, PA at the legendary Music Man, High Off Life TV studios. And today we got LANI Love with us. What's up?
Not much, just chilling, vibing out, excited to be here.
I was happy to learn that you're from York, Pennsylvania, which is where High Off Life started. So let us into your world. What was it like, coming from York, PA?
Yeah, being in York was an interesting experience. Back when I was younger, I would say that it felt limiting, but now I look back and I'm like, oh my gosh, it wasn't as bad as I thought. But anyway, York was pretty cool. I grew up in the suburbs of Manchester, and I went to school Northeastern. It felt kind of odd. I felt kind of left out because I am Afro-Latina, Dominican and Puerto Rican, and I grew up in a predominantly white neighborhood. So I was always the taller one, the geekier one, and I never fit in with a clique. And I hated being that way up until I truly started accepting myself, and I'm at this point where I just love being a misfit and I really don't want to fit in. So yeah.
That's fire. I mean, it kind of makes you who you are. Yeah. And we were talking, and it's like coming from York City, the county is actually pretty big, and there's a lot of different schools and there's a lot of different experiences,
right.
But it's so easy to get trapped in like the limited experience of just what you see.
Well, yeah, that's true, especially depending on your at-home life experience and family and friends, whoever you're surrounded by. They really honestly influence whether you feel like you're capable of believing in yourself or not. So
that's real. What type of influences did you have around you that had you wanting to get into music?
So I don't know, ever since I was younger, I was always into music. I was always in school choir. I was always doing something, writing, poetry. But honestly, I grew up around a family who always was doing bachata, merengue, like dancing, having a good time. And my mom, she actually raised me on like CDs, and we'd go out and, grab them. I had like a whole thick book full of them, and we'd listen to Michael Jackson. I listened to Tupac, Biggie Smalls. I listened to like a lot and a wide variety of different artists, and I really feel like that was the pinnacle of what influenced my diversity in music, because some people only stick to specific sounds, but as creatives, we have a different ear for it, so yeah.
We were actually talking about that when you got here, that, you can gravitate to boom bap, to lo-fi, to pop. I mean,
all sorts of different genres, R&B, all sorts of different vibes. And I really love it all. So I'm trying to experiment as much as I can right now, especially being an independent artist, especially being young as I am. I'm 23 years old. So I'm trying to, hone in on my sound, but I still people are go in one lane. I'm like, nah, I'm gonna try everything and try out whatever I like, and then slowly gravitate towards where I want to, so.
Yeah, I love it. You walked into the record shop, and this is a classic record shop, and you pointed out the MF Doom vinyl.
I love MF Doom so much. Yo, such a vibe. Just like anybody who is really, I just look up to any artist who is able to really just be themselves, and you could tell that it's just authenticity. I don't know how to explain it, but I respect that.
Now, I know you said you drove out here from the King of Prussia area, which for those that don't know is outskirts of Philly. What led you from York to, going to a new area?
So basically, I actually wanted to live a little bit closer to Philly. I just didn't want to be inside Philly because I was slowly working my ways towards that, area, and I was just nervous about everything. My mom, people talk so much smack about everything. There's crime everywhere, okay? There's crime everywhere, but she was really scared for that. So I just decided to move to King of Prussia, and yeah, that's kind of where I am out there, work out there, and yeah, and then I go to the studio in Philly and, do my thing.
Would you say most of the events or studios and stuff, you got to take the trek into Philly? Is there any music scene really in King of Prussia area that you know of?
No, and it's crazy because so I have a song titled The Maverick, and I kind of really believe in that independence and type of thing, and I really just beat to my own drum. I don't really go out much, actually. I know that a lot of musicians seem to be the partying type, but unless I really am going there for a specific reason, or I'm meeting people, or is there for a reason, I usually don't go out too much. So I would say no, not really. It's more so in Philadelphia probably. And then Philly, I go out there for studio time at Rec Philly, which is this organization where independent creatives can come together and like collaborate. So yeah, shout out Rec Philly.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
I actually found out about Rec Philly from running into Chill Moody at South by years ago.
So you know about Rec Philly.
Yeah, but I've never been able to experience that community. So how is that though? Like,
it's really cool. I've been there for maybe actually only like 3 months now. I've only been there for 3 months, but I've met some really cool creatives, and it really allows me to just, you know, I'm not an engineer by any means, but I like to record my own stuff because I want to see how it sounds, and I can fuck up as many times as I want to, and then when I take that demo, I can then go into the studio with an engineer and then make it sound the way that I want to professionally and with no mess ups, and I'm saving money and time. Yeah. So yeah, Rec Philly has allowed me to be able to go in and just do that, and then collaborate with other people. They have rooms for photo shoots and studios and all sorts of things. So yeah, it's cool.
That's cool. What's up. Shout out to Rec Philly. Mm-hmm. What are some adversities on being an artist? You know, pros, cons. Do you feel pressures from like family or from other people that you're meeting?
Yeah. So adversities. I do feel some adversities in the sense of family-wise too. Like it's friends, families. Like you kind of are in your own lane, doing your own thing, and I feel like none of them will ever understand, and that's something that I feel like us as creatives will always get backlash for. We're always doing something that somebody doesn't like, and you can never please anybody. For me, and personally do it for myself, and if other people relate to it, that is a blessing. If I can help somebody in their own journey, that is amazing. But personally for me, like my mom, like that was such a challenge, and like, you know, still now to this day, she has issues. If I'm investing into my music, it's like all hell's breaking loose. But I still do it because I know that's what I'm meant to do. And yeah, just people just have a reason to hate on everything, and they don't actually know you. And it's a struggle, and it's a reflection. It's a lot of shadow work and a lot of inner work you have to do to overcome that hate and that feeling of hate from other people, and so you can continue your journey. So yeah. I feel like there's a lot of challenges that come along with it. But the pros are amazing too. I don't know if you want me to talk about the pros. So
I mean, something keeps you fueled and keeps you going, no matter.
I would just say the pro to being an artist in general is just the therapy behind it. If there's artists who go into the industry for different reasons, and I feel like for me, I just do it because it's therapy to me, and it really helps me persevere through a lot of things, helps me get my emotion out. I recently figured out that the reason I love hip hop and boom bap, and the reason I have such an eye for it, is because that certain sound provokes this lyrical thing out of me, and it also provokes my anger, and it helps me release that anger. So I would say, yeah. The pros are therapy, it helps me, and also helping other people. There's people who come up to me. I just released a song called Shoot the Dreamer not too long ago, and the lyrics have resonated actually with a lot of people, and it just means a lot that that message of you can do what you want to do with your life, even if somebody else feels like the need to butt in and say that, oh, like, you have to switch to this lane. Whatever you feel like your purpose is, you can do it. You just have to be consistent, and your will and your brain has to be strong. So yeah, just to help others, help myself, and to create community. So that's the pro to being a creative.
So what you working on right now? Like, I know you said you got an EP coming, like let the world in.
Yeah, so right now I'm actually currently working on an EP that is solely based around hip hop and boom bap. Obviously I've been just talking about this. I realized I was scared at first because the way I look and the way I talk and I present myself, sometimes it doesn't fit within that realm. You know, hip hop and boom bap have came from and were derived from struggle of like hood and the struggle and talking about the gangs and talking about drugs and all this stuff. And I'm completely opposite from that. I'm from the suburbs. I'm just this quiet girl. And it's like when people see me, they expect something else. And that's what also sucks, because it's like, no, I'm still speaking my truth, just in a different way. So right now I'm working on an EP. I don't have the title of it yet. I have a couple ideas, but it's going to be like a 7-track EP. And I'm super excited because it's just really vulnerable, and the wordplay, like sometimes I get so amazed at myself that I even came up with some shit I wrote in there, and I'm just excited to share it, and I want it to be out already, but stuff like this, it just takes time and craft. You can't force it, because it will never turn out right if you force it. So yeah, I just have an EP coming up, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Love it.
Yeah.
High of Life TV, you know, we like to say we're the home of the storytellers. And that's one thing with hip hop, you know, some people may have a perception of it, but like everyone has a story to tell, and
Right.
who's to say that your unique story could change the world?
Right.
It doesn't have to be the cliches.
Right,
you know?
right.
So salute to you for speaking your truth.
Thank you.
And I'm sure with that, you know, especially as a woman approaching, you know, the music industry, there's people that come to you all the time and have a vision for you and what you should be and what you should do. How do you handle that?
Oh my gosh, it's so difficult because right now I'm actually like, you know, people say I have to have tough skin, but I actually ran into some really shady people who wanted to be my manager and wanted to do this and wanted to do that. And I got put in these situations, and then they were trying to make me sing certain songs or rap certain things, and that wasn't my truth, and then lie about certain things. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna do that. It's just like this industry also comes with some sketchy people that you have to look out for, which I'm learning. But the adversity behind that is being a woman kind of in the realm of hip hop and rap and stuff can be hard, because I feel like it's predominantly a male ran situation, and I find it cool because, you know, being a woman, it's so strong and empowering to be in that position, to be able to speak that and be that. And for me, I believe that what sets me a little bit differently, especially now in the limelight of women rapping, sometimes there's a lot of great artists, but then there's some artists and there's specific music that are for different different vibes. So like, for me, you know, I'm more of a lyricist. I speak on not just shaking my ass and this and that and taking somebody's money. Like, I don't know, like everything's for a different vibe. That might be club music, but I'm not club music. I am kind of like, I don't know, I'm, you know, the underdog type music. I'm the, you know, make you feel good type music. So I feel like being a woman in the industry is hard, because these people really, really just want to try you. Also, I'm young and they think I'm stupid, but I actually like, I'm very keen. I keep to myself and I observe people. So yeah, they try me all the time, but little do they know, karma is a bitch and you'll go get bite in the ass.
Word. For real, and you know, the world needs balance.
It's hard.
You know, so that's good that you're not letting anyone trick you into thinking that you have to be some product or something. Like, you can be yourself.
Well, Tupac said one thing, and he said in the industry or in general in life, you're always going to get pimped out in some way. I know that sounds odd, guys. That sounds odd, but in the sense of you just have to figure out how long you're going to be in that situation to move on to the next. And sometimes you realize that quickly, and you have to just get out of those situations. So,
Where do you see yourself, before we get out of here, where do you see yourself 5 years?
Oh my gosh, 5 years. Whew. In 5 years, I see myself being successful in many ways. Wealthy, not in just money-wise. I would love to be wealthy money-wise. We all do, but in kind of creating community, because, you know, even though I'm independent and I like being independent, I really search for that oppositeness of having people to go to and surround myself with. So I see that. I hopefully a tour, hopefully still performing music. I want to work with some producers like Static Selecta. Like, like, these are people that I really look up to. Like, I have artists that are on my, like, roster, on my vision board of people I want to work with, and just be around. And I'm just excited because it's actually slowly manifesting. It's actually slowly manifesting, and I'm meeting people and learning things. And yeah, I just see myself continually growing and hopefully sharing my inner thoughts with people so that they feel less alone, because I knew I needed that as a child. So yeah, I see myself helping other people and, you know, doing that, so.
That's dope. Well, we appreciate having you here. We're going to keep creating content together.
Yeah.
Anything before we get out of here you want to let the people know?
Just be yourself. It's okay to be a misfit. It's okay. You're not alone. I was in that position and I still can be, and just keep striving for success, and don't let haters and don't let what your family or friends say deter you from being the person you're supposed to be. And yeah, with that being said, I'm LANI Love, and thank you for having me.